I'm hoping the AMM amendment will eventually activate. Decentralized identity doesn't seem all that controversial. And seeing things like carbon markets and tokenized securities, I think one of the problems, particularly, so like in the United States and in most of Europe, like we're overserved with financial products. Like we have access to everything. Like I can invest in anything I want right on my phone with an app. But there's a lot of people who don't have those opportunities, and they basically their choice is to stuff cash in a mattress or not, right. And giving them access to tokenized securities and giving them access to things like collateralized lending.
And we have David Swartz speaking about digital ID tokenization and then also DeFi. We know Ripple is in the carbon credits. We know Ripple is in CBDCs. And we can also mirror that with Stellar. Guys, what they're going to do is they're going to ride these drums of beating in the fourth industrial revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now let's get into the video.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told his members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will. During that auction that we saw a little bit before, the attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets. Now,
it was not just a poor auction; it was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So like I told you, I definitely see a big pullback in the first quarter. Then the master magician set up a distraction so the Fed can cut rates, and then we move up. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto and stocks flat. And don't forget, guys, we have billions of dollars of futures contracts ending tomorrow. And I will have those Patreon videos out today. And the stock Patreon account, the premium account, guys, you don't want to miss that video. I'm telling you. Now, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates right now pulling back slightly. We have the dollar up. We have volume and crypto down. We have Tether, USDC, and then we have the Fed. Repo yesterday, I think, was about 639 billion. Today is like 557 billion. But we're seeing a lot of manipulation in the stock market, and I go over that in the Patreon videos, but we know it's all rigged. We see all the money. The algorithm is sending all the money to these handful of stocks. It is unbelievable. But we have this article here states that will CBDCs be politicized? And guys, we know the answer is yes. The only way we get to a CBDC is through the Hegelian dialectic. And we know they're going to talk against it, constantly talking against it like Trump, DeSantis. And then eventually the people get brought to their knees. We see layoff after layoff after layoff. And to get free money, do you think people accept the CBDC? We know 90% of them will. Also, we know only a few people learn the lesson, don't accept free money, because we know it's something behind it. And blockchain gives the NWO the all-seeing eye, and we have CBDCs and stable coins. They'll be able to tell you what, where, and when and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it, or poof, it's gone. I'm going to go over that a little later. And then we have the UK officials going over the digital pound. And of course, they're going to play the Hegelian dialectic. Some for it, some against it. But we know it's definitely going to happen. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now we have the spot Bitcoin ETFs, the major ones, Grayscale, Fidelity, and BlackRock, Of course, slightly up today. We have the SEC delays the spot Ethereum ETFs. I think the deadline is in March. Now, getting over into a little crypto news. We have Telefonica partners with Helium to roll out mobile hotspots in Mexico. And this is the avenue to not only free internet, but then also the shared economy. Because if I am able to pay my bill and I have service and you may not be able to afford to pay, but you can pay a little, I can actually rent mine out to you and I get paid through digital currencies. So guys, remember, this is a plan and moves in phases. Now we have Synthetics deploys first perpetual protocol on base blockchain. And guys, we're seeing all these legacy products being tokenized and put on blockchain. Now we have Polygon to launch Ag Layer in February, focus on interoperability. And guys, we know how important interoperability is. Now we have Noble teams up with Hashnote to roll out tokenized securities on Cosmos. And Noble Chain and assets are able to be seamlessly integrated with all major Cosmos chains. So again, we know how important interoperability is. And the first Hashnote product to be issued on Noble is USYC, a Hashnote short duration yield fund product. And of course, they're working with Treasury bills. Remember guys, DeFi is definitely the new banking. They're changing the plumbing. Went over that video last night. Last night's video is very powerful. Now we have Google releases AI realistic text to video generator, Lumiere, and we know that's the light. And all this is a setup for the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, guys, we have Solana delivers token extension to attract compliance-minded token developers. And we know a lot of these developers are not conscious. They're working to build, working to innovate. Remember, guys, technology can be used for good or evil. But again, we go back to programmability. And we know the NWO wants to have the ability to tell you what, when, and how to buy. And you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Because he knows. When it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.